Hey, 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 beautiful people, what's going on? It is your girl, Linda S. Husser, the bodacious lifestyle coach, and I'm coming to you live and direct because I want to talk about my Ignite Your Life After 50 masterclass experience for sure, going down June 13th through the 24th. And if you're catching the replay, what's up? Put hashtag replay. So I want to talk about the masterclass, but I want to talk about it from the context of what is it really all about, right? I had some folks hit me up and be like, okay, Linda, you've been talking about this masterclass, but what is it really, really, really all about? And I had to think about what is my masterclass really all about. If you are on my personal page and you want me to, if you want to comment so that I can see your name, you're going to have to give StreamYard permission to do that because it doesn't give you permission, right? It's this platform I'm using that's allowing me to stream here, my personal, my Facebook group, and my YouTube. So, getting back to that because I'm only going to be on here for about 10 minutes. But when people are saying different things to me, I like to really address it. So when I speak about the Ignite Your Life After 50 masterclass experience, people are like, okay, so what is that all about, Linda? Well, first of all, it's for Black women over 50, number one. And I'm going to get into today's topic, which is shame is your superpower. Do not let it be the boss of you. I'm going to bring all this together. And so one of the things that happens during my Ignite Your Life After 50 masterclass experience, it's a 10-day experience, first of all. And I've had some people say, oh my gosh, that's a long time. Well, think of it this way. If you are 50 and above, you've been doing things the same way for a long time. And so, yes, there are 1-day masterclasses, 3-day masterclasses, 5-day masterclasses. Yeah. But my whole thing is I really want you to be able to have a transformation. Maybe not in your whole life because there's different facets of our lives, right? But you should be able to walk away with a tangible tip, tool, or technique that you can continue to use to level up your life, level up your mindset, level up the behaviors. Because what I believe, I am a 58-year-old Black woman. I'll be 59 June 5th. It's about to go down. I've got one more year in this decade of 50s, and then I'm going to go into my sassy, sexy 60s, right? So here's the deal. A lot of what we're really dealing with as we get older, and if you feel this is true, this might not be you, but if you just feel it's true, is a lot of emotions, right? A lot of emotions are coming up. A lot of emotions are coming up because of our hormones. A lot of emotions coming up because maybe some of you are empty nesters. A lot of emotions are coming up because, let's keep it 100. Sometimes you've been with somebody for a while and then they trade you in for a young tenderoni. A lot of emotions. This is an emotional time. 50 and over, I feel, is an emotional time. That's not a bad thing because you could be super duper happy too. All of this is emotions. But one of the things that I feel is so super duper necessary is that we get a handle on our emotions and have a level of emotional intelligence, right? Where we are dealing with some of the things that, maybe happened to us in our childhood, happened to us years ago when we were young and dumb, or, maybe older, but not necessarily bolder, really dealing with that. So shame is one of those things, one of those emotions that can be really, really paralyzing. You know what I'm saying? It could be really, really paralyzing. And at this stage of our lives, if you are 50 and above and you are still dealing with the crippling emotion of shame, I just want to tell you that shame is your superpower. Shame is your superpower. I don't care how you slice it, how you dice it. It's your superpower. You do not have to let it be the boss of you. Listen, I am a herpes positive woman, okay? When I contracted herpes, I literally thought that I was going to die for real. I really did, because I caught it at 40. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm at the height of my life. I've, been through some things, learned some things, lost some things, gained some things. It's like I'm gonna take this knowledge that I have and really do the doggone thing. And then to find out that I'm herpes positive, are you serious right now? And so what I had to learn to do, right? And this is why I say shame is your superpower, y'all. Shame is your superpower. Do not let it be the boss of you. What I had to learn how to do is really, shame is an indication of how we really feel about ourselves. Okay. It's an indication about how we really feel about ourselves. My esteem was already maybe like at a 3 or 4 out of 10, right? And then you put herpes on top of that. Oh my gosh, it's like really off the chain sucky. And so once I decided, because all of this is all about decisions, y'all. Wherever you are in your life right now, that's because that's where you've decided you want to be. Now, I don't care about your circumstances, because at the end of the day, all we can do is make choices. I can't go back in time and redo some stuff and make myself not be herpes positive. All I can do is make choices so that, I don't get other STDs, right? Now, the reason why I'm going through this is because during the 10-day masterclass experience, I take you through different processes and methods where we not only deal with, not necessarily shame outright, but it's all about emotional intelligence. It's all about emotional intelligence. Fear is about allowing our emotions to get the best of us, because most of the stuff that we think is going to happen is not. So when I talk about shame being your superpower, what I mean is when you get to the other side of shame, and not everybody is going to be to the point where they can actually talk about it. And that's not what I'm talking about here. But I'm talking about when you actually forgive yourself for whatever that is that you think is shameful, right? Or when you decide that you're going to still talk to yourself lovingly. You know what I'm saying? That is how you get to the other side of shame. And so even with me being herpes positive, what I told myself is, Linda, you were looking for love in all the wrong places because you didn't love yourself. But we got you, sis. You see what I'm saying? You got to be careful how you talk to yourself. See, shame is a creepy crawler. Its whole job is to make you feel like crap, is to make you not really aspired to go any higher because you've got this shame, all of that. And I'm just here to tell you that don't let shame be the boss of you, honey. That's your superpower. When you get to the other side of shame, so talk to yourself lovingly. When you feel yourself, like I used to tell myself I was contaminated and cursed and wasn't nobody gonna want me and I would never have another man and all this type of stuff, that is not conducive to healing. When I said, well, Linda, girl, we know better. We're not going to just be out there being promiscuous and sleeping with everybody. We're going to love on ourselves more. That is when I started healing. I started to have compassion for myself, right? I started having compassion for myself. So talk to yourself differently. Have compassion for yourself, y'all. Make your own affirmations. You can make your own affirmations. I started saying things like, I am lovable. I am worthy. I am deserving of a good man anyway, right? Herpes and all. I said, I am deserving of a good man anyway. And then I got some support. Y'all. So someone had mentioned this. I just wanted to hop on really quick because someone had mentioned in another group that I'm in, a private group, and said that if they could only get past the shame. And I said, the shame is accented by the fact that you really don't love yourself. Because when you love yourself, shame can't really take it as strong a hold. Now, I'm not going to say shame isn't going to be there, but it's not going to be debilitating and it's not going to be crippling. So I had to first love Linda first. So that's the first step. You got to love yourself first. Then you can work on the shame. Because to me, shame is a byproduct of not loving ourselves. It's a byproduct of not loving ourselves. Because if you look at what Magic Johnson was able to do, even though I still remember that day, if y'all remember that day when he had that press conference telling us that he had AIDS, right? He had AIDS. But now he's got the Magic Johnson Foundation. There are other different foundations out here that because he took a stand, they can do what they do. He's a prolific businessman. Everybody loves magic. And that's because he learned to love himself in spite of the HIV. And I want you to love yourself in spite of whatever you feel has brought you shame. Whatever that is, I want you to talk to yourself lovingly, have compassion, forgive yourself. Make your own affirmations that speak to the person you want to be, even if you're not that person right now. Speak to who you want to be. The future, bold, bodacious, badass you. Speak to that person if you have to, right? And then get the support, y'all. Hey, if you want some support, some complimentary free support, then join me and other like-minded women during the 10-day Ignite Your Life After 50 Masterclass experience. That is the site there, midlifemojosession.com. Again, this is complimentary. It costs you nothing but your time. Because it is time, especially as women of a certain age and a certain stage of our lives. We don't have time to be given these emotions our best years. We are not going into our best years worrying about stuff that we can't change. All right. So with that, I'm getting ready to go to my group coaching that starts at 8:00. But I just wanted to say this because someone had mentioned it and I said, you know what? I can definitely speak to this. So love you all. Peace.